Wine School. Hello, and welcome to a YouTube edition of Wine School 420. Let's get right to it. This is Trader Joe's wine, above and beyond, or whatever else it may be, which is nice right bank Bordeaux wine from Montagne-Saint-Emilion. This is a pretty big region surrounding a couple very small, amazing wine growing regions in the right bank of Bordeaux that specialize in Merlot and like Cabernet Franc based wines. This is not an expensive wine. Obviously, it's Trader Joe's $12.99 bottle of wine, but I like wine from this part of the world, and I like even Montagne-Saint-Emilion, which is a pretty generic brand name as far as Bordeaux is concerned, but obviously never had a Chateau Roudier. I don't know what their deal is, but I don't know if it's just because I have nachos in the oven or I worked a long shift tonight, but I'm not expecting to like this, but it's going to be serviceable and necessary. What I'm going to try to do is tell you actually whether I think it's worth buying or not. So if I end up thinking it's worth buying, at least I'll give it a shrug like a meh. If I think it's actually better than what I expected and something that I would actively seek out and drink confidently, I'll give it a thumbs up. Now that takes a lot more things into factor than just like value and like taste and smell. It also has to do with like what I know about how it's made. Not just value, but like a price to enjoyment ratio, some sort of internal math. And then also like, is it characteristic in some cases? If it surprises me and if it finds a way to exceed its expectation and its advertising, then I will give it a thumbs up, or even sometimes an enthusiastic 2 thumbs up. And if I just think it's not coming together or not worth it, or if I just simply don't like drinking it or think it's, whatever, bad, I'll give it a thumbs down. But that's hard to get. Mostly they're just okay. All right. Hold on. I'm not finding a lot to dislike on the smell, but at the same time, it is clear that this is a simple wine. But it's so far like insulting as someone who fucking loves Merlot-based Bordeaux wines. And for, I guess for $13 for a Trader Joe's price point, this is actually a big risk for someone to take. They're like, I don't usually buy $13 bottles of wine. Am I going to enjoy this? It feels like by the second it's getting less and less intense and varied smelling. Right in the beginning, it was really dark and fruity, and now it's turning into like sort of a minty, dusty thing. Almost like a raspberry jam smell, but like in a earthy package. Let's taste it. All right. Yeah, that's pretty fresh. Like medium tannins, at least medium acid, maybe even a little click above. Medium tannin, medium plus acid. Feels alcoholic. 14.5% alcohol. Bordeaux is tricky. It could be that this is a 2016. This is only 4 years old. if this was a higher end wine from this part of the world, my first thought upon experiencing this would be, oh, it just like needs another 10 years in the bottle before it's ready. But seeing that that is not what they're expecting people to do with this, and seeing that generally they tell you to drink these wines in 5 years, this should be ready. This should be pretty much like, you know what? I feel like I have to give this wine a thumbs down. Not a double thumbs down, just a thumbs down, because not only is it a wine that I, as someone who drinks a lot of good French wine, what was that sentence?
Smoke weed every day.
I don't like this wine. It's not that I hate it, but I don't like it. And I have a feeling people that want a Trader Joe's expensive Merlot also maybe won't like it. Because of that acid, which actually to me makes it palatable, I really dislike the way this smells. It's not, there's nothing sexy about it. It's kind of racy and I don't know, wild, but this isn't a natural wine, I don't think. And it doesn't have any appealing like dark smells to it. It's all kind of high tone. It smells like lemongrass, like a candle you'd burn to keep the bugs away. Not quite citronelle, but leaning in that direction. So it's kind of out of whack. I'm gonna revisit this. I'm gonna put this in the fridge for 2 days. I'm gonna come back to this because I hate to give a Trader Joe's wine a full thumbs down because they're generally good values for what they are, just boring. This is actually not really coming together. We'll come back to it. Thank you for listening.